Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Nimble Classes. Today I'll discuss about the defects of eyes. So the common defects of eyes are myopia, hyperopia, astigmatism, cataract, presbyopia, color blindness, night blindness, corneal opacities and squint. So before discussing the defects of eyes, I'll tell you few things which you have to memorize here. First of all, you should know the definition of the defect. What exactly is that defect? Second, reasons, and third, what is the corrective measure. So first of all, I'll talk about myopia. Now, what is myopia? Myopia is also known as short-sightedness. This means that the person is able to see the nearby object, but the far off object or the distant object becomes blurred. So what is the reason for happening this? First reason is the eyeball becomes too lengthened and the lens becomes too curved. So these are the two reasons why myopia happens. And what is the corrective measure? You can correct it with the help of a diverging lens, which is known as concave lens. And where is the image formed? The image is formed in front of retina. Let us see this defect with the help of a diagram. See, this is a myopic eye which I have drawn. So when the rays are coming, see, where is the image formed? This is the retina part. So image is formed in front of retina. So where is the image formed? In front of retina. Second, why this disease happens? This disease happens because the eyeball, this is the eyeball, this becomes too lengthened and the lens becomes too curved. So these are the two reasons why this happens. And what is the corrective measure? See, I have made a lens here. Which is this lens? This is a concave lens, also known as diverging lens. So what this concave lens will do? It will diverge the rays. It will diverge the rays and will focus it on the retina. So this is my first defect, which is myopia. Now the second defect is hyperopia. What was the older name for hyperopia? It is hypermetropia. So commonly known as long-sightedness or far-sightedness. In this disease, the person is able to see the distant object clearly, but he or she cannot see the nearby object. So what are the two reasons for happening this hyperopia? See, the reason is, this is again the eyeball. The eyeball becomes shortened from front to back. And second, this lens becomes too flat. It becomes flattened. So where is the image formed? The image is forming behind the retina. Where is the image formed? Behind the retina. And what is the corrective measure? Again, a convex lens, which is also known as converging lens. So it will converge the rays. See, it is behind the retina. So it will converge and will bring back to on the retina. So the image will be formed on retina after the correction. Again, let us repeat. Fast forward. Second defect is hyperopia, commonly known as far-sightedness or long-sightedness. First of all, the person is able to see the far off object or distant object clearly, but he or she cannot see the nearby object. Second, where is the image formed? Image is formed behind the retina. Third, what are the two reasons? The eyeball becomes shortened and the lens becomes flattened. And what is the corrective measure? A converging lens. So what will this converging lens do? It will converge the rays and will bring the image on the retina. So these are the two very important defects of eye. Now the third important one is astigmatism. Now what is astigmatism? Astigmatism is, in this condition, the person is able to see some part in a focused manner while the other part becomes blurred. And why does this astigmatism happens? It happens due to uneven curvature of cornea. And how can you correct it? By a use of a special kind of lens which are known as cylindrical lens. Fourth type of disease which normally happens is presbyopia. Now what is presbyopia? This is a condition which happens in the elderly patient, or when you grow, aging happens actually, when you grow old. So this presbyopia happens during the old age. Why does this happen? Because the lens loses its flexibility and it gives a kind of far-sightedness. It loses its flexibility. In my last lecture, I had a talk with you that their lens is held by ciliary muscle and the suspensory ligament. And with age, this becomes loosened. So the lens loses its flexibility, and because of that it gives a kind of far-sightedness. How can you correct it? Again, by a use of this convex lens or a converging lens. The next defect is cataract. Now what is cataract? Cataract is, again, it mostly happens in the old age only, and the lens becomes opaque. It can give a total blindness. It can lead to a condition in which a person is not able to see. He or she can become totally blind. How can you correct it? You can correct it surgically. You can surgically remove a lens. And nowadays the lens have become very advanced, and it is just a short operation. So you can surgically remove the lens and correct your cataract. Next is night blindness. Now what is night blindness? The person is not able to see during the night or in a dim light. Why does this condition happen? This condition happens because of non-functional rods, that is the visual purple or the rhodopsin. The visual purple or the rhodopsin is a pigment which is present in the rods, and rods are illuminated in the dim light. So it becomes non-functional. And why does this becomes non-functional? Because of vitamin A deficiency. So what are the sources of vitamin A? Which diet you should have for eyes? That I'll discuss in the nutrition part. But here you just understand that due to deficiency of vitamin A, the rods are not able to form, which gives this night blindness. Next is color blindness. Color blindness is again a genetic disorder. This happens due to a genetic defect basically, and the person is not able to distinguish between the colors, let's say red and green. So he or she cannot differentiate between the red and green color. So that is your color blindness, which is a genetic defect. So as such, it has no cure. Next is corneal opacities. Corneal opacity is due to the cornea becomes opaque and it becomes non-functional and it becomes white. I had a talk in my eye section that more than 4 to 5 lakh people are becoming cornea blind in India every year. So the cornea becomes opaque here. But yes, you can correct this disease. How? By the donated eye, healthy donated eye. I told you that cornea is a layer which can be grafted. So grafting of cornea can be done with the help of healthy donated eye. And the last disease is squint. Now what is squint? Squint is you can either converge the rays or you can diverge. You must have heard the cross eye and the wide eye. So this is a condition which gives you the double vision or diplopia. You can correct it surgically or you can correct it by doing certain exercise. So these are the diseases which I have talked, which are important here. So most important, which normally are asked in the exam, is myopia and hyperopia, and the other disease can be asked in one marker or maybe in definition part. So now the dictation time has come. Let us write a few words. First, myopia. Second, hyperopia, and you write hypermetropia. Sometimes the older name was hypermetropia. So both words you write. Astigmatism, presbyopia. You break the word. Pres, P-R-E-S, bio, B-Y-O, and pia, P-I-A. Astigmatism, S-A-S, tig, T-I-G, matism, M-A-T-I-S-M. So break the words and learn. Again, they are difficult words. So astigmatism, presbyopia, cataract. Cornea, you know, corneal, but opacities you write. Squint, S-Q-U-I-N-T. And then color blindness and night blindness, they are easy words. Now we'll discuss the most important questions which are normally asked in the board exam. So first they asked myopia. So see, here also there is a small trick. You just learn one disease, either of the two. Either you learn myopia or you learn hyperopia. I think at your age, myopia is easy to learn because myopia is a disease which happens during the student age time only, during your time. You wear a spectacles which has a minus number. So myopia is a disease in which you get a minus number, whereas hyperopia is a disease in which you get a plus number. So I think myopia at your age is easy to learn, and then you reverse for hyperopia. Now let us see. See, they can give you a diagram for this, or they can give you a picture of a girl or a boy sitting with a book or something holding in the hand like this, and they can ask this holding and this holding. One is the near holding and second is the far off holding. So these are the two things which they normally ask. So when any object is held near, so it is near. So what is myopia? You can see the nearby object but you cannot see the distant object. So in this condition they can give you a picture holding something far off, one thing. Second thing is they can give you this diagram and they can ask you what is this defect. So myopia is short-sightedness. Short-sightedness means the image will be formed before retina. So they can ask you this way. So what is this condition? Name the defect. So you will write myopia. Then they can ask what are the reasons for this defect. Then you can give the two reasons. Then they can ask where is the image formed, and then they can ask the corrective measure and ask the diagram. So you just have to practice this. What is myopia? Where is the image formed? What are the two reasons for myopia to happen, and what is the corrective measure? Second, again in hyperopia they can give a girl sitting and holding the book very near. Why? Because hyperopia is a condition in which you can see the far off object clearly but you cannot see the nearby object. So how they will hold? They will hold the book near the eyes. So that condition, and they will not give you any other hint. They can just give a girl sitting and holding a book very near, and they can ask like diagnose or tell what kind of disease it is. Then it is hyperopia. They can ask, draw a hyperopic eye. You have to draw this diagram in which the image is behind the retina, and then they can give you ask the diagram for corrective measure. So you have to draw the convex lens or a converging lens. So these are the 5 marker questions which they normally ask. So what is myopia? What is hyperopia? What is the condition? Why this happens? And what is the corrective measure? These are the things which they ask in these two diseases. Then next is your astigmatism. They can ask the definition and again the lens. What kind of lens is used to correct astigmatism? So it is cylindrical lens. Presbyopia, again a definition, again the lens, and cataract, 1 mark. Then they can ask night blindness, color blindness. They are easy. So these are the questions which are normally asked. In my comment box I will just write few notes for you which will make it more easier. So see you in my next lecture. Till then, bye and practice the diagram.